net control for tonight's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club net.
Kilo Fox Zero, Colorado Boy, Mike, in Fort Collins.
Evening, Mike. I am just getting started. The purpose of this net is to provide a forum for announcements of amateur radio-related events, a meeting time on air to encourage social interaction between club members, and to provide a point of contact for club executive board members. This net may be interrupted at any time for emergency or priority traffic. If you need to use the system for an emergency during the net, say break and give your call sign. We will acknowledge you and suspend the net until you advise you are clear. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? All licensed amateur radio operators with 70-centimeter privileges are encouraged to check into this net. Club membership is encouraged but not required for participation. The net will begin as a directed net and shift into an open net. There will be an opportunity for stations with equipment to sell to announce their items. Check-ins are requested for purpose of counting participation with no checkouts required. Once all stations have checked in, Net Control will ask club executive board members if they have announcements, and then we'll call for announcements from other operators. Please be courteous once the formal port of the net is over and allow for breaks for other stations to be a part of the conversation. When checking in, please give your call sign slowly using the ITU phonetic alphabet. I will start by taking check-ins from club board members. Club board members who would like to check in, please call.
This is Kilo Charlie Zero, Zulu India Echo. Darren, Club Treasurer.
I had a double there. KC0ZIE, I got you. Who was under Darren? Please come back.
Kilo 8 Golf Echo Echo, Jerry in Fort Collins, and no traffic.
N0 EMP, Greg, Fort Collins, member at large, no traffic.
November 7 Golf Echo Sierra, Kevin in Fort Collins, PAO. Brief announcements.
Good evening, gentlemen. I will now take check-ins from General Club members by suffix. General Club members with suffixes Alpha through Mike, please call.
Kilo 0 Delta Bravo Echo, Debbie, Fort Collins. Kilo 0 Lima Alpha Oscar, Luann in Loveland.
Kilo 9er Bravo Golf Uniform, Karen, Loveland.
The net would like to acknowledge KF0CB, K0DEB, K0LAO, and K9BGU. Any other general members, Alpha through Mike, please call.
WB0 Mike Hotel, Mike in Loveland.
Kilo Echo 0 November Yankee Tango, Jason in Fort Collins.
Last station, will you please come back with your call one more time?
Kilo Echo Zero, November Yankee Tango, Jason in Fort Collins.
Very much. The net would like to acknowledge KR1STW, WB0MH, and KE0NYT. Any other check-ins, Alpha through Mike, please call.
Kilo Echo Zero, Hotel India Mike, Rick in Fort Collins.
I'll now take check-ins from members Alpha through Zulu. Please call.
Romeo Bravo, this is Phil in Loveland.
This is November 0, November Yankee, Bart, Mobile, Evans.
And November 0, Whiskey India Quebec. Yeah, can't even talk. November 0, Whiskey India Quebec, Carrie in Loveland.
This is November 0, Quebec X-ray Quebec, Jean in Evans.
KC0 GDM, Tom in Firestone.
Kilo Oscar 6, Romeo Mike, Jeremy in Fort Collins, no traffic.
The net would like to acknowledge KE0HIM, K0PRB, N0NYY, N0WIQ, N0QXQ, KC0GBM, and Kilo Oscar 6, Romeo Mike. Any corrections on that? Hearing none, any other members would like to check in Alpha through Zulu, please call. I'll now take check-ins from non-member stations. Alpha through Mike, please call.
Good evening to the net. Here is November 6, Bravo, X-ray Oscar, Colin, Fort Collins.
Any other
Papa Tango Echo, name's Mike, Fort Collins.
last station I accidentally doubled with you. Will you come back with your call, please?
This is Kilo Echo Zero Papa Tango Echo. Name is Mike, Fort Collins.
And I would like to acknowledge N6BXO and KE0PTE. I'll now take check-ins from all stations, all suffixes, Alpha through Zulu. Please call.
Echo 0, November Hotel Bravo, Mark, Boulder. Whiskey 2, Mike, India, Charlie, Mark, Loveland.
I would like to acknowledge KE0NHB and W2MIC. Any other check-ins, Alpha through Zulu, please call. Hearing none, this is Whiskey 0 Delta Delta Zulu net control for the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Net. We'll now move on to net business. We had KGEE, who had no traffic, so we'll move on to Darren, KC0ZIE. Do you have any traffic for tonight's net?
I do. Let me go down the list here, see if I can remember everything. First off, I don't believe this applies to anyone, but if you are a member and have not renewed for 2018, please do so. Also, if you're interested in joining, the application can be done online through our website at NCARC.net. Or you can always send me questions if you have issues finding that to treasurer@ncarc.net, and I'll let this drop. Next up, I'd like to thank Dave for hosting the Hamlet class that was held on Saturday, past Saturday. And thanks to all the folks that came out and were part of the class, and also the presenters. I think it went extremely well, and hope that we've got a few of those folks listening this evening. And lastly, I would like to also thank Dave for getting our YouTube channel set up. So if you're not aware, we do have a YouTube channel now. We are streaming these nets along with some of the others. Dave is working hard now to get a couple of the sessions from Hamfest put up there. And so far it's receiving rave reviews. It's a really fantastic idea. And also wanted to mention that these sessions are being recorded and put out there, so don't say anything you would regret. And with that, I'll hang around for some questions, and if not, back to you, Dave, KC0ZIE.
Well, thanks to Darren. I'd also like to thank everybody who came out to the Hamlet class and our presenters. It really did go well. Moving on, N7GES, what do you have for tonight's net?
Thank you, Dave, and good evening to all. I also want to extend my thanks to Dave and Mark for both hosting and filming and recording our presentation. A lot of work went into that. Those of you who weren't there early have no idea of all the setup and stuff that went into that. I want to thank the Hamlets especially, or any of you who came specifically to see the training. Part of amateur radio is learning more about amateur radio, learning to be interested in how things work rather than just working them. I hope that several of you made acquaintances whom you can go to for further help, personal acquaintances or Elmers who can help you learn, teach you things, help you with difficulties is an important part of amateur radio and an important part to your improving your radio skills and knowledge. Let me reset. So do take advantage of those. I've already seen one email to the Elmer's list, and I've seen a response to that. And incidentally, Jason, I am also here in Fort Collins. The name is Kevin. I'm on here a lot. If you need anything, don't hesitate to contact me as well. Although I do not currently do any of the digital HF modes that you asked about, but I'm happy to help you with other matters, so do let me know. But thank you for taking advantage of that, and I just encourage you to continue to take advantage of the friendships that you made at that meeting, and don't hesitate to ask further questions. Let me reset. As far as non-NCARC business, there is a simplex net on Thursday evenings. Newbies, if you only have HTs, you're still welcome to participate. Just be aware that you may have varying degrees of success because an indoor antenna is not going to be as effective. But you're welcome to join us. Thursday evenings, 147.42 simplex, no offset. That net is sponsored by a group known as Preparedness Education Group, or PEG. You'll hear references to the PEG net, and we have a web page, prepedgroup.net. We also have a Facebook page, Preparedness Education Group, PEG, and we have an email list. The easiest way to join that is to email myself, which would be Public Affairs Officer, PAO, at ncarc.net, or treasurer at ncarc.net, and ask to be added to the PEG mailing list, or Preparedness Education Group. Simplex is important if you're in an area that does not have repeaters, or if you're in an area where the repeater goes down and you need to complete a communication without the assistance of a repeater. So come and learn with us, and also learn about some of the other preparedness options that we're learning about. We also focus a lot on APRS, which is the oh dear. Somebody's going to have to help me with that one. I apologize. Dave, you can fill that one in when I'm finished. But it's the physician location service of amateur radio. Be happy to give you more details on that off net, but that's another focus of PEG. Thank you very much. This was more than I intended to say, but I appreciate your patience. N7GES. After I will be off the air here in about 3 minutes.
MH.
Mike.
APRS, Automatic Packet Slant Position Reporting System. APRS. Back to net.
Yeah, thanks to Kevin and thanks to Mike. Any other board members who wish to check in, please call. Do any other stations have any questions for the NCARC board?
GES, one more point.
Go ahead, Kevin.
It was mentioned earlier that this net is being recorded, and it's just our nets that are being recorded. If anybody is concerned about that, just keep in mind that anything you say on the radio can be heard by anybody that has a receiver that picks up VHF or UHF bands. Same way with HF. Any shortwave listener can listen to that as well. So don't let that make you feel self-conscious, but just know that that's ever present on nets or not. And the recording purposes of the nets are not for anything but educational purposes for others who are not able to listen to the nets or are not familiar with how nets operate. So please don't be shy just because of the recording. It's not going to come back and bite you. And anybody can hear us anyway. So go ahead and join us on the radio. N7GES.
Kilo Fox Zero, Colorado boy.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, as far as that goes, even cell phones can be copied.
Yeah, and there's a lot of areas that people don't have active repeaters or active clubs, and those are the people that I've gotten quite a bit of positive feedback from listening to our nets. I've also got positive feedback, people listening to the nets that they've missed and being able to go back over stuff that they missed because they work during our nets. So there's definitely been a lot of advantages pointed out. Any other questions for the board, please call.
N0NYY.
Go ahead, Bart.
I feel silly, but I honestly cannot remember for the life of me if I renewed my dues for 2018. Can I find out, please?
ZIE.
This is Whiskey Zero, Delta Delta Zulu, net control for tonight's Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club net. Go ahead, Darren.
Thank you, and I'll say this for everyone on the net. You can log into the website, and on the lower right-hand side of the screen, you'll find a menu. One of those items is printing a membership card, and you can click on that link, and it will either give you a membership card that you can print, or it will tell you that you have not renewed yet. So that is an easy way to do it. That's not foolproof. If you can't get that and know that you've renewed, let me know. There are times where I have not pushed all the buttons just right. So that's the easy way to check it, and otherwise you can send me an email at treasure@ncarc.net, and I can look it up that way as well. Back to you, Dave. KC0ZIE.
Thank you for that. Any other questions for the NCARC board? Are there any other announcements for the net? Now we've reached the gear swap portion of the net. Are there any stations with equipment to sell or stations looking for a piece of equipment? Do Do any stations have any other topics they'd like to discuss with the net? This is Whiskey Zero, Delta Delta Zulu for the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net. Are there any other late check-ins, comments, questions, or discussion before we close the net this evening?
W0SJR, Cary, Wellington, but I am mobile right now.
The net would like to acknowledge W0SJR. Any other late check-ins, questions, or other discussion for the net this evening? Hearing none, this concludes the Northern Colorado Amateur Radio Club Net. Net Control would like to thank each station for their participation. This net will occur again next Wednesday at the same time on this repeater. The repeater is now open for general use.